first half, allowing 74 points, letting some of their role guys get hot. What happened there, and what did you guys do differently in the second half?
We let some of their role guys get hot. I thought that second quarter dictated the game where Bogdanovich and Bay kind of made a huge difference. When Trae Young went out, it gave them life, and I thought they played, a pretty complete game. In a close game like that, you not only want to focus on the end of the game, but you want to focus on the runs that led to that, and I thought that second quarter did.
You go to switching late with Warford out on Young. Looked like you did a good job at first, and then Young gets that step back in the right corner there. What led you to make that adjustment, and how do you feel like that went?
I think at the end of the game, you want to switch. And I thought Al guarded him well. I thought that was a tough shot. I thought he hit a tough shot. I thought Murray hit a tough shot. I thought they hit a lot of big shots in the game. So switching is a part of our defense. We do it, and they made big plays.
And Grant gets 4-4. How tough did some of those rotation decisions become in the end, taking him out and going a little offense, defense, a little bit?
I'm not tough at all.
What were you kind of looking for when you...
Offense, defense.
We do have the mic, guys. That's on his next one. Thank you.
Where did you see, the slip-ups defensively, and in particular, like you guys had a lot of block shots these first two games. None tonight. I think they had 55, 56 points in the paint.
I think the slip-ups came, from their role guys. I thought they, first two games, we gave them some open shots that they missed. I thought those guys knocked them down tonight. And then they capitalized on those second chance opportunities for 23 points. And so I thought it was a combination of those two things.
You said before the game, like, you expect a big punch from them. Obviously, it's a test on the road. Now that you've taken that, where do you kind of learn from it, and where do you kind of go after?
Throwing back.
What's the, I guess, key to doing that? What do you got? What do you got to see that you didn't see tonight?
Again, understanding the second quarter, understanding what went well, what didn't, how we can be better, and what we need to keep on doing. I thought we did a good job kind of handling their momentum and their energy throughout the game. I think we tied it at 79-79, and then we gave up some points in transition. So just understanding what went well for us and where we need to get better.
Joe, do you come away with this game discouraged, encouraged? Obviously now it's a series. You gave them life. How do you go into kind of on building on Adam's question? How do you kind of change the narrative in Game 4 and don't obviously give them more life?
Just understand what we did well. We did a lot of good things throughout the game. I thought we did a good job handling their punch. I think we tied it at 79-79, and then they went on a run in transition. And so I think we have to just do the thing, look at the stuff that we did well, look at the areas we can get better, and then just, move on from there.
They got a lot of breaks. They made maybe some of them. What did you see of the 50-50 balls, some of the offensive rebounds they got? What kind of, was that just them, or was that you guys not being a step slow? Or?
I thought they capitalized on their second chance opportunities, unlike what they did in the first two games. So they had 11 offensive rebounds. We held them to less than what they did, but they made more shots, so it was harder for them to get more. But I just thought they capitalized on their second chance opportunities better than they did in the first two games.
Joe, how big of a factor was foul trouble? Derek early and then Jalen a little later after that.
I don't think it played too much of a factor in it. I thought it allowed us to, we went with Grant, which I thought he did a great job. So just opened up our lineups a little bit more. But I don't think it was too much of a factor.
Did Grant know he was going to play tonight? What does that say about his professionalism coming in and making the plays he did?
Yeah. We talk about that all the time. One of the strengths of our team this year is, regardless of guys are always ready to play. And so it says a lot about him being ready to play. And I think things like that, help a team, in a playoff run.
You talked about their role players. Bay and Bogdanovich had perfect shooting in the first half. What allowed those two guys specifically to get going?
I think just there was 2 inch-out opportunities to where a guy was driving on a contained drive, and we were a little late to them. And Bogdanovich hit one from near half court, so I know that was a tough one. But I think just not closing out into their body, and then that one that Grant was right there at half court, that was a tough one.
Thank you, Joe.
Thank you.
We'll have.